Jesus is put on trial. After Jesus was arrested, Peter followed secretly as they took him into the courtyard of the high priest. Peter warmed himself by the fire with the soldiers. He wanted to know what was going to happen to Jesus. The high priest and the rest of the council tried to trick Jesus and told lies about him. Some of them spat in his face and hit and slapped him. They blindfolded him and said, "Tell us who hit you." While Peter was sat by the fire, 3 different people asked him if he was one of Jesus' disciples. But he was afraid and said he didn't know Jesus. Then he heard the cock crow and remembered that Jesus said earlier that he would deny him 3 times. This made him cry and cry. Then the chief priests took Jesus to Pontius Pilate the governor. He asked Jesus lots of questions, and when he was finished he told everyone that he could find nothing wrong with Jesus. He declared him to be innocent. Pilate decided to send Jesus to King Herod to be questioned. Herod was glad to see Jesus. He wanted to know about all his miracles. He asked him lots of questions, but Jesus said nothing. Then Herod and all his court and his soldiers made fun of Jesus and put a royal robe round his shoulders, pretending he was a king. Jesus was taken back to Pilate. The governor asked the crowd who he should set free: a murderer called Barabbas or Jesus? The crowd shouted, "Free Barabbas and crucify Jesus." Pilate knew Jesus was innocent, but he was afraid of the crowd, and so he set the murderer free and ordered Jesus to be whipped and then crucified. The soldiers took Jesus and put a red robe on him, and placed a crown of thorns on his head. Then they began to laugh at him and spit on him, and hit him with a reed while kneeling before him, and pretending they believed him to be a king. Then the soldiers took Jesus and made him carry his own cross through the streets of Jerusalem. Many people watched him, including some women who were his friends. They were all crying. It was very hard for Jesus to carry his cross because he had been beaten so much. One of the soldiers found a man in the crowd called Simon of Cyrene. They made him take the cross from the shoulders of Jesus and carry it out of the city to a place called Golgotha, where they would crucify Jesus.